The Borla S-Type that we have here today is going to be for the 2015 and newer 5.7 Challengers out there looking for a solid increase in volume over your factory system, along with an extremely nice full 304 grade stainless steel build. Now this made in the USA kit will deliver 2.5-inch mandrel bent tubing throughout, along with the dual muffler design, and will include brand new embossed tips, all backed by Borla's signature million-mile warranty. All right guys, getting into my favorite part here first. What kind of sound can you expect with the Type S bolted up? Well, as you heard with our sound clips earlier, it's a good one. At least I would say one of my favorite systems to my ears. Always has been, dating back to the old school Mustang days, and still delivers the goods here with the 5.7 Hemis as well. You're gonna be looking at a good amount of volume overall, I would say, without being too crazy loud or over the top. And one of my favorite things about the S-Type is that it's giving you that volume, but it's keeping that tone nice and deep. So breaking out my tried and true Wake the Neighbor scale, I'm gonna go soft 4 out of 5 here on my 1 to 5 or 1 to Wake the Neighbor scale. Certainly a massive improvement over the factory exhaust and still very aggressive, but not quite as aggressive as Borla's louder system called the Attack. That system is certainly a category screamer, an easy 5 out of 5 on the Wake the Neighbor scale. But if you wanted to dial that back a little bit, keep some of that deeper tone overall, the S-Type really is a great choice. Now, another big reason why I have no problems recommending Borla systems in general is the overall quality of the build, your materials, and of course that made in the USA construction. Now in this case, again, you are looking at that T304 grade stainless steel throughout here, guys. The absolute top of the line material when we're talking exhaust systems. And that's gonna be found in things like your 2.5-inch mandrel bent tubing throughout. You got twin free-flowing S-Type mufflers. There's actually 2 additional mufflers that I couldn't fit here on the table with me for this video. And those guys are gonna be responsible for kind of shaping that S-Type or Stinger tone, along with, you can see it right here, your included X-Pipe. Now finally guys, everything is going to exit out of the stock location. Borla does kick in squared off 2.5-inch chrome tips here embossed with the Borla logo. I like that because some systems out there will charge a whole lot of money and not give you tips, which, you know, I kind of have a problem with, but certainly not a big deal here. Now again, 304 grade stainless, if you're not familiar guys, it's going to be the best at reducing or preventing corrosion over the years. Borla is so confident in that material, and they should be. They're gonna back each system, including this one, with their signature million-mile warranty. Quick note on fitment here for you Hemi owners watching at home. This kit is only gonna fit the Challengers out there, not equipped with the factory active exhaust, so just keep that in mind. Now, all of that quality, from the 304 grade stainless to the nice tips here, the made in the USA build, million-mile warranty, all of that does eventually come at a cost, as the Borla stuff is typically going to be found in the upper echelon, if you will, of the price spectrum. That certainly will be the case here as well with the S-Type, as it will eclipse that $2,000 mark. But like I've said throughout this video, guys, when it comes to overall quality, sound, of course, that's a huge one here, in addition to kind of your lifetime warranty. It really is hard to beat all of the good stuff that the Borla brings to the table. All right, guys, so you've heard the exhaust. Now it's time to show you how to get it on your Hemi at home. Site's gonna call this one a pretty solid 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. About 3 hours, give or take, to complete from start to finish, depending on just how fast you like to work. Now, this is gonna be a direct bolt-on modification thanks to all of the included hangers in the factory locations, of course. All of the included clamps should make this thing a relatively, I would say, pain-free day in the garage or driveway. But regardless, to give you a better idea what you're in for, let's throw it out to the guys in the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
For this install, you will need an impact, a ratchet, an extension, a 13mm swivel socket, 13 and 15mm sockets, exhaust hanger removal tool, and some lubricant. Also not shown here is a pole jack or jack and jack stands. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing exhaust on our Challenger, so let's get started. So we're going to start things off by grabbing some lubricant and spraying down our middle hangers here, as well as our AccuSeal clamps up at our H-pipe. This is just going to help things come off a little bit smoother, especially if your factory system has been on for a while. And we also live in the Northeast, which tends to get salty and rusty, so lubricant never hurts. So we'll go ahead and spray these down real quick. We'll get our clamps over here. So now we've got pole jacks underneath the rear of our system here. That's going to give us some extra support. And what we're going to do is come to our muffler section, and we're going to remove the isolator and hanger all as one assembly. So there's two 13mm bolts up here under our chassis. Kind of hard to see, but they're pretty much straight up above from your mufflers. So we'll grab our 13mm socket and extension on our impact and go ahead and get those off. Now we can go ahead and do the same thing for our other muffler. Next, we can go ahead and come back to these hangers that we sprayed down with our lubricant previously and grab our hanger removal tool. Go ahead and pop these hangers out of their isolators. Go ahead and pop that out. Then we can go ahead and do the same thing for our other hanger. So now that we have everything else undone, we can come to our mid pipe here and undo those clamps with our 15mm socket on our impact. Then we're going to move our pole jacks out of the way while we have an extra set of hands to support the rear of the exhaust, and we can pull this down in one assembly. Alrighty guys, now that we have our factory setup off, we can go ahead and start installing our new setup. And we're going to start with our X-pipe portion here. Now you'll notice one side of this has a little bit more of a pronounced bend to it. That's the side you're gonna want to keep on your driver's side of your system. So we'll go ahead and grab two of our provided clamps here, slide them over our slip joints, and we can go ahead and get these onto our stock side. Make sure that seat's nice and good. Then we can begin installing the rest. So now we can begin installing our resonator sections. So again, we're going to grab our designated side. This one is labeled for the left, which is the driver's side. Then we'll go ahead and grab our provided clamp. Again, get that over our slip joint. Get that into position on our X-pipe. Slide that on. Then we can go ahead and get it into our hanger isolator here. It's always a good idea to add a little bit of lubricant to your isolators, just helps things install much more easy. Now once you have this side on, you can go ahead and repeat the same step for the other side. So now we're going to come back to our stock setup here and remove the two isolators at the muffler section of our system. So we'll grab our hanger removal tool, just go ahead and pop these right off. Then you can go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Then we're going to swap them over to our new setup. Now we can go ahead and transfer our factory isolators over to our muffler section here. Go ahead and get these on. Again, lubing your hangers will provide you with a much easier install process. Go ahead and get those on. Then we're going to grab our factory 13mm bolts, because we're going to put those back in when we get this muffler section up into place. So yet again, we'll get our clamp onto our slip joint first. We'll go ahead and get this up into position. Then we can line up our factory isolators. Then we'll go ahead and get our first bolt started. Run that in by hand. That'll hold it enough to get the front one. And we'll get this one lined up and get it started. Now we'll go ahead and get these tightened down using our 13mm swivel socket and extension on our impact. Now once you have this done for this side, you can go ahead and repeat these same steps for the other side. So now we can go ahead and begin installing our tips. Now we've got our provided clamp over our ball flare here, and these are slightly offset, so you want to make sure you have the shorter side facing the outside of the vehicle, the longer side towards the middle. So we're going to go ahead and set our clamp on, and we're also going to grab our 13mm swivel and extension on our impact. We'll go ahead and set these in place. Kind of keep them lined up, and we'll begin tightening down our clamp, and we'll adjust once it gets snug. Now we've got that kind of snug, we can kind of move it around more. Go ahead, straighten this out. Now you may need to adjust this again once we do our final tightening, but you want to get it generally where you want to have it, so that's pretty even. So we'll go ahead and just snug this down a little bit more so it doesn't want to move around. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So as it sits right now, our passenger side is a little more set back than our driver's side, so we're going to make our adjustments up here to get this sitting evenly, and then we can go ahead and begin tightening down all of our clamps and securing our system. So now we're going to come back to our X-pipe, and we're going to start tightening down all our clamps, working from here out to the rear of the vehicle. So we'll grab our 15mm socket on our impact, start tightening these down. Now you want to make sure your clamps aren't so close to your chassis that they're going to potentially hit and rattle, so you may need to drop one down like so. And we'll go ahead and keep moving our way back. Now we'll take one more look at our tips and make sure if we need to make any adjustments, we do that now. So we'll go ahead, give these a little turn here. And once you're happy with your fitment, you can go ahead and grab your 13mm socket on your impact and tighten these down. Then you can go ahead and repeat the same process on the other side. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Borla S-Type cat pack exhaust for your 15 to 23 5.7 liter Hemi Challenger without active exhaust. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Challenger, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.